again, everyone, and welcome to languagecaster.com, the football language podcast for learners of English who love the beautiful game of football. I'm Damien, and I'm in a really sunny London. Spring is definitely here, and I'm one half of the LanguageCaster team, with, of course, the other half being Damon, who's based in Tokyo, Japan. Now, this is an important week in World Cup qualifying, with over 40 countries still in with a shout or a chance of qualifying for the finals in Qatar in December. 2 rounds remain in both CONMEBOL, that's the South American qualifiers, and in the Asian section, while 3 rounds will be played over this week in the CONCACAF section. I wonder, will Canada make it through for the first time since 1986? Europe has a series of playoffs going on to determine the 3 remaining places at the finals, and in Africa, this week sees 5 playoff matches that will tell us which 5 countries will play in Qatar 2022. And these 5 ties from the CAF section will be the focus of today's podcast. Remember, we are down to the final round of qualifiers in Africa, which means the 5 winners over 2 legs go through. Winner takes it all.
Unasikiza languagecaster.com.
Egypt versus Senegal. A rematch of the AFCON final of only a month ago is a mouth-watering affair. It's such a pity that one of these 2 sides will not feature in the finals. Senegal will be hoping to qualify for their second tournament in a row after going out in the group stage in Russia 4 years ago. They also played in the 2002 World Cup in Japan, where they reached the quarter-finals after an amazing performance which saw them knock out the then holders France, a game I was lucky enough to see in Seoul. Egypt have qualified for the finals on 3 previous occasions, including the last one in Russia, where they lost all 3 games and failed to score a goal. It's interesting that the side holding the record for most AFCON wins, 7, has never made it through the group stages at a World Cup. Now, of course, Senegal won that recent AFCON final, which should give them confidence, though, of course, they only did so on penalties after the 2 sides could not be separated after 120 minutes. Egypt host the first leg, and the Pharaohs will be looking to take a lead to Dakar 4 days later. Yet again, we have the 2 Liverpool forwards, Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, up against each other. And although this is a difficult one to call, I'm going to go for Senegal to make it through over the 2 legs, thanks to their quality across the team. Cameroon versus Algeria. This is a big game between 2 powerhouses of African football. 7-time qualifier Cameroon take on Algeria, who've appeared on 5 occasions at the finals, in the first leg in Douala, where Algeria failed to win any of their 3 recent AFCON matches. Their poor performance in Cameroon, remember that they went into the tournament as holders and on a 35-match unbeaten run, means that Algeria are under huge pressure against the team that, as hosts in that tournament, finished 3rd. The indomitable Lions, that's Cameroon, have changed their manager since the tournament in February, with former player Rigobert Song taking over. He will be hoping that the 2021 AFCON leading goal scorer, that's Vincent Aboubakar, can continue with his impressive goal-scoring run. Despite their recent drop in form, I still think Algeria's quality, including players such as Manchester City's Riyad Mahrez and AC Milan's Ismail Bennacer, will see the Desert Foxes through to the finals in Qatar. Ghana versus Nigeria. Yet another huge game between 2 of the big hitters, that's powerhouses, in African football. This time between 3-time finalist Ghana, I saw them lose to the USA in the 2014 finals in Brazil, and Nigeria, who have played in 6 previous tournaments, including the last 3. Neither side played particularly well in the recent AFCON tournament, though at least the Super Eagles from Nigeria qualified for the knockout stages, where they lost to Tunisia, while the Black Stars of Ghana lost twice and finished bottom of their group. A huge boost for the Nigerian side is that Napoli forward Victor Osimhen, as well as Watford striker Emmanuel Dennis and Leicester City winger Ademola Lookman, all come into the squad after failing to make the recent AFCON tournament. This added quality and the fact that the Ghanaian captain Andre Ayew is out suggests that Nigeria will start favourites, but like the other two games, will yet again be hard to call. I'm going to go for the Super Eagles. DR Congo versus Morocco. The DR Congo are hoping to qualify for their second World Cup finals after playing in the 1974 tournament, when they were known as Zaire. Before that, they will have to overcome a strong Morocco side that has already played in 5 previous tournaments, including the one 4 years ago in Russia, where I saw them play against Iran in St. Petersburg. The Moroccan side had a fairly good AFCON tournament, only losing out to Egypt on penalties in the quarterfinals, while their opponents in this playoff failed to qualify for that tournament. The first leg will take place in Kinshasa, and the Congolese side, also known as the Leopards, will be hoping that the home crowd can give them an advantage before the return leg. A prediction? I think it will be the North African supporters from Morocco who will be celebrating next week. Mali versus Tunisia. Mali are the only side among the 10 playoff contenders who have never played in a World Cup finals, but they will feel they have a chance, particularly as the first leg is at home, and they recently defeated Tunisia in the 2021 AFCON group stages. Everton midfielder Abdoulaye Doucouré will make his debut for the country in the first of these playoffs in Bamako, which is a boost for the nation ranked 48th in the world. They will face a country who have already played in 5 World Cup tournaments, though Tunisia have never gone beyond the group stage. This will be a tight one to call, but I think Mali might just do it.
Hi, my name is Ahmed Adam. I support Al Hilal Sports Club. That's a side from the Sudanese Premier League. And you're listening to languagecaster.com.
Thanks for that message, Ahmed. Now, if you want to ask any football language questions or simply say hello, then you can do so by adding a comment on the site using the forum. We've had some questions about the phrase doing the business recently, sending an email to us at admin@languagecaster.com, or by looking for us on our social media, so on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram.
Vous écoutez languagecaster.com.
Yes, you are listening to Languagecaster. That message was in French, and we'd love to hear from anyone else who might like to share the message you are listening to languagecaster.com in their or indeed any other language. We've lots and lots of different languages, but we're always looking out for more, especially as the World Cup approaches. And don't forget that there's a transcript to this podcast and lots of vocabulary support which you can access by coming along to our site here at languagecaster.com. Okay, that's it for this short podcast in which we've looked ahead to the final set of qualifying matches in the African section of World Cup qualifying. What do you think of our predictions? Which 5 nations do you think will progress to the finals? Thanks again everyone for listening, and enjoy all the football this week. We'll be posting some more football language from the World Cup qualifiers over the next few days. Bye bye.